back to our Flash episode review. Our thoughts on the season 4 premiere of The Flash, titled The Flash Reborn. And I want to start out by saying that this house is bitching. We'll get more into that a little later. But so our thoughts on tonight's season premiere, and I gotta say it wasn't bad. Like, I actually enjoyed it.
It wasn't bad. It was the only thing that was weird to me were Cisco's things that he kept saying.
Yeah, when like the whatever he said.
Everything.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was a good episode.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, I feel like they made Iris a little too, like, I don't know what the word is to describe how she was acting.
Compared to Kara, she was pretty good to me.
Yeah, for anyone who saw our review of Supergirl from last night, we tore that episode apart. And because there was like similar instances of what was going on in terms of like where Kara was, where Iris was kind of, but with Iris, she was just trying to be strong, and I guess that came off a little, for lack of a better phrase, too strong. You know what I mean? And
I didn't mind it.
I mean, no, I didn't hate it, but it just like there like at times I felt
she
like
took it a lot better than Kara did for Monel.
Yeah, and for someone like she was actually like on the verge of marrying, considering like
known her entire life, grew up with him.
Yeah, like literally.
He's in somewhere terrible.
I know. And they could easily like find him. It's not like with Monel, like he's gone forever or whatever. But so more about the Flash. Actually, and I like how this episode started with Cisco and Wally kind of doing their thing as Vibe and Kid Flash. That was pretty fun, and the effects were actually pretty good. There were a couple of scenes where like the effects weren't like as great.
Or like the one acting scene that wasn't great is when Caitlin was like, not again.
Oh yeah, after well that's kind of the whole thing.
I get what she's saying, but like it just wasn't well acted.
Yeah, it was just a little cheesy. I'm not gonna lie.
I like her too.
No, me too. But my whole thing is just that like this episode. I mean, as much as I enjoyed it, the show, because of last season, I feel like it doesn't have any stakes. Like, yes, Barry went to the Speed Force at the end of last season. Yes, Caitlin isn't really Killer Frost or isn't really Caitlin anymore. So she's this weird mix of like. But now everything's kind of back to normal, except for Caitlin, who's is now kind of balancing being Killer Frost and herself. So we'll see how that goes.
And they don't know that.
No, yeah, I know. So I mean, that's gonna be a whole season-long storyline, and I'm glad that they didn't just like abandon the Killer Frost thing, because that's something that like in the comics, like she's just Killer Frost. Like there was a Caitlin Snow at some point, but like she was just like a straight-up villain. But in the show, they're like trying to like, build her up, and then like. Last season, I'll admit, they kind of like rushed her storyline because for the first 2 seasons, she had no powers at all. And they said she had no powers. And then they showed us the Killer Frost from Earth 2. And then that's when they were like, oh, now we can do this. And then when they did Flashpoint and kind of rebooted some of the stuff, now she has powers all of a sudden. So, I don't know. But with that being said, like I'm still looking forward to what they do with Caitlin. I just wish I hope they treat her better this season. Not that she was necessarily bad last season, but there were just like last season was just all over the place for me. It was hard for me to really sit down and be like, I thought that was a good season, because to me it really wasn't. There were good episodes. Like I liked the musical episode more than most people. I like most of the crossover stuff. I liked a lot of singular episodes here and there. But I feel like as a season, it really just lacked focus and cohesive story. And that's what I was worried about going into this season. In this episode, I'm just like I have like zero expectations, so that way if I'm let down, it's early that I'm not letting myself down in that aspect. But I enjoyed myself in this episode. Like it was fun.
It
was, and I like that there was at least some amount of tension between Iris and the team and the way she was treating them, and they weren't just like letting her be like, oh, like we're just gonna let her. I mean, I like that she was like kind of like leading the team and kind of like taking Barry's place. But at the same time, I do understand like that she, because of like her trying to take Barry's advice to heart and like do what he was telling her to do, that everyone kind of sees that as like, okay, you're kind of pushing it a little too far in certain aspects. But yeah, so enough about what I've been rambling on. So what were some of the things that maybe you enjoyed in this episode?
This house is bitching. I just thought it was a good episode. It was just.
That
not bad
not
at
great.
all. No, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. I guess it felt more of a filler. Other than the fact that Barry came back, it felt like more than of a filler. And kind of sucked that they kind of hinted like Iris is there like like distant when he comes back.
Yeah, and that's
I don't
something
know,
I'm
maybe
worried
she
about.
moved on or something.
Or I don't know. And like I don't think this is a type of show where they would say like, oh, she cheated on him or something.
Yeah.
But like, there's some tension there. Like
Yeah.
I feel like because of the way like that look she gave after Barry ran off in the end of the episode, I'm kind of worried that she's like gonna not abandon their relationship, but maybe like give up on their engagement or something. Or there's gonna be like some like tension between the two of them because of him being gone for 6 months and like being like, oh, maybe it was kind of a blessing, like gone for 6 months, you know? Like I understand her like trepidation of at least somewhat, but even then it's I don't know. I just don't want their relationship to end because I feel like there's already been enough drama between the two of them in the last few seasons. So I just hope that there's not like more drama. But it's the CW, so there probably will be. But the one thing I gotta say is the villain this season is supposed to be the Thinker, and even as a DC Comics fan, I'm not all that familiar with him to be honest. When they showed him at the end, he's like, "Oh, what are you doing? Or what are you gonna do?" He's like, "I'm thinking." And he looked really weird.
He did look weird.
Like, it's just, I don't know what to think about it. Because I know, because the whole thing is like, oh, there's no speedster villain this season. But at the same time, I'm still kind of worried because of the way that the show's handled the villain.
Well, there's no speedster villain except for this robot that he built is very fast and teleports. Just kind of almost like a speedster because he's also fast.
I know. Well, the beginning of the episode, one thing I did enjoy about the beginning of the episode was they brought back Peekaboo, who was a villain from first season in the show. So it's kind of cool having her back, even though it was just for the opening scene. But you know, with the Thinker, I don't know what to expect. I'm trying to keep my expectations at bay, so I'm not like let down by the show again. But I'm gonna give the season a shot. You know, like I know a lot of people kind of jumped ship after season 3 because of the way the Saboteur was handled, and for some people, you know, they didn't like Barry and Iris' relationship and how that was handled, and they felt like it was melodramatic or whatever. I'm still on board for them. I'm still hoping that things work out between the two of them. And I just hope that this season is an improvement over the last season. Not that the last season was awful, in my opinion, but there was a lot of problems with it. I can't really necessarily call it a straight-up good season. It was okay, at best, in my opinion. And this is someone who's been watching the show since day one, so for me, I want the show to keep striving to be better. And especially when like, Barry in this episode was saying, like, oh, he doesn't have to worry about all like his past issues or whatever. Like I feel like that's the writer's way of saying, like, oh, you know, just forget all the past problems from the show, you know, because this is a Flash Reborn. But you know, it is what it is. But I just thought that was kind of funny because like that was like their like subtle way, or not so subtle way, of acknowledging that like, hey, we kind of screwed up, so this is our effort of like trying not to screw up now. But Yasmin, did you have any closing thoughts about anything you want to say about the episode, other than this house is bitchin'?
I don't know. It was just an episode. Yeah. I don't have any strong opinions about it. It was good. Yeah. I didn't hate it like I hated Supergirl last night.
Yeah. And that's kind of fun to go over.
So I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, I get that. And I felt more or less the same way. It was good. I'm excited to see what they do next week. I haven't seen the promo yet, so I don't know what the next episode's going to be about. But I guess we'll see when we get there. So, I think with that being said, that's going to be it from the two of us. So if you guys like what you see here, go ahead and hit subscribe below. You can see all the other content we've been posting lately. You guys can check out our review of This Is Us later tonight. That's going to be a lot of fun to do because that's one of our favorite shows. You guys can check out the reviews from Supergirl last night or our trailer reaction to Justice League that we did over the weekend. And check out any of the other videos on my channel. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, have a good one.